What if I told you that in 1988, the best sports sedan in America wore a Ford badge and looked like your accountant's daily driver? This is the story of the Ford Taurus SHO, the unassuming four-door that quietly rewrote the rules for what an American sedan could be. Let's rewind to the late 1980s. Who was building the fastest, most exciting sedans? BMW, Mercedes-Benz, the usual European suspects. Meanwhile, in America, family sedans were soft, floaty, and about as thrilling as beige wallpaper. But Ford had a problem, and an opportunity. The standard Taurus was already a sales hit. It looked futuristic, it sold in huge numbers, but Ford wanted something more, something that could go toe-to-toe with European sports sedans without scaring off loyal buyers. So the Special Vehicle Operations team asked a bold question. What if we hid a race-bred heart inside America's favorite family car? The answer arrived in 1988. Under the hood sat a 3-liter DOHC V6, and not just any V6. This engine was developed with Yamaha. Yes, that Yamaha, the same company that builds motorcycles and musical instruments. They took Ford's basic block and transformed it into a high-revving masterpiece with 24 valves and an appetite for RPM. The result? 220 horsepower. Now, in 1988, 220 horsepower in a mid-size sedan was serious business. This wasn't just quick for a family car, it was quick, period. And here's the twist. You could only get it with a 5-speed manual. No automatic, no lazy shifting. If you wanted the performance, you had to row your own gears. That decision alone told enthusiasts everything they needed to know. Car and Driver tested it. Hot Rod raved about it. Enthusiasts were stunned. This wasn't a muscle car brood. It was refined, surgical, smooth. One owner who bought an '89 model in 1995 put it perfectly. That engine was so buttery smooth that I'd occasionally forget to shift from 4th to 5th. But smooth didn't mean tame, because north of 4,000 RPM, something magical happened. The howl from the engine north of 4,000 RPM was intoxicating, he said. Driving a big sedan that could point its headlights at the sky at a stoplight or from a start was ridiculously fun. And then there was the moment the secondary runners opened. The sound that engine made when the secondary runners opened was glorious. This wasn't just a sedan accelerating, it was a mechanical symphony, a Yamaha-tuned V6 clearing its throat and reminding everyone in the left lane that this was no ordinary Taurus. So what made it America's best sedan of 1988? It wasn't just speed, it was balance. The SHO, which stood for super high output, didn't scream about its performance. No giant wings, no hood scoops, just subtle body cladding, unique wheels, and a discreet badge. It was the ultimate sleeper. You could take clients to lunch in it, drop the kids at school, and then on an empty on-ramp, let that V6 sing past 4,000 RPM and feel the nose lift as the headlights aim skyward. It handled, too. Taut suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes, precise steering. This was a sedan that wanted to dance, not wallow. And the timing couldn't have been better. In the late 80s, American performance was trying to rediscover itself. The muscle car era had faded, the horsepower wars were quiet. But here was Ford proving that performance didn't have to come in a 2-door package. The SHO helped redefine the American sports sedan before that was even a mainstream category here. It answered every essential question. Who built it? Ford's Special Vehicle Operations with Yamaha's engineering brilliance. What was it? A 220 horsepower, 5-speed only performance sedan hiding in plain sight. When did it arrive? 1988, right when America needed a reminder that family cars didn't have to be boring. Where did it dominate? Highways, stoplights, and magazine comparison tests. And how did it pull it off? By blending refinement, rev-happy engineering, and sleeper styling into one perfectly balanced package. Today, clean examples have become increasingly sought after. Enthusiasts who remember that intoxicating 4,000 RPM howl are hunting for the cars they let go, and younger collectors are discovering what might be one of the most underrated American performance sedans ever built. The SHO didn't just compete with European rivals, it embarrassed some of them while carrying 5 passengers in comfort. That's why when you talk about America's best sedan of 1988, the conversation keeps coming back to this car. Not because it shouted the loudest, but because it sang. And if you've ever heard that Yamaha builds V6 climb past 4,000 RPM, you know exactly what I mean. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most underrated performance sedans ever built, hit that like button. Share this with a fellow car enthusiast and subscribe for more stories about the machines that changed automotive history. Because sometimes, the best performance cars are the ones hiding in plain sight.